LPT Request Dr. not listening. I have CRPS from an injury 13 years ago and for 7 years I've been fainting. The past 2 years I've been injuring myself, head injury, broken tailbone and severely broken clavicle that is a non-union, and 3 doctors dismissed me. They said, did anyone witness this, and in their notes basically said I was a head case. Finally one was caught on camera and everything changed, but it's ridiculous I had to go through that. Having to prove a symptom that has caused bones to break. Well, after my own research I demanded several heart tests thinking I had POTS. They wanted to just call it POTS with no tests. After wearing a heart monitor for a week it turns out I have actual heart issues, 4 different issues. It pisses me off because it's been so long and my heart has weakened because of it. None of them are going to apologize, and that pisses me off too. CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome. POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. For the lay people. Hate it when people just assume everyone knows medical acronyms. I'm an RN and had to fight like hell for 18 months to get diagnosed correctly after I suffered neurovascular complications from a shoulder surgery. It was incredibly exhausting working with various specialists to get appointments and tests scheduled. I was basically my own nurse case manager and it was a full-time job. I feel so bad for people who have to navigate difficult diagnoses with no medical backgrounds. I read somewhere that asking what is your differential diagnosis can be an effective tool when dealing with doctors being dismissive. It's doctor code for in what specific ways have you ruled out other things that this might be. Single quote. Just wondering, are you a woman? Because I'm getting fucking tired as shit about not being taken seriously medically because I'm emotional or have my period. It's taken years for anyone to finally admit that my uterine fibroids are causing multiple issues. I am in a similar boat with my back and Medicaid. Medicaid won't order an MRI for me unless they have proof I need it, even though I'm in the emergency room monthly because I can't walk and have been in daily extreme pain for the past full year now. X200B. The world sucks, man. Anytime you request a test from a doctor and they refuse, tell them you want them to enter that information into your chart along with why they refused, and verify it. Thankful you had video evidence. I had to do the same thing after years of research and going in circles with weekly appointments and scans. At this point I knew exactly what the issue was, but that didn't matter. Told we only see this in older people. Finally got video evidence and was able to get scheduled for surgery. I almost wish I didn't have a mental health diagnosis because I really think that played a part in things, as well as being a woman. When you request services from your doctor and they don't do them because you don't need them, request that they note in your chart that you requested a procedure and they denied your request. Suddenly they're not so keen on saying no. Nobody will advocate for you. Put yourself. I went to the R3X for heart palpitations non-stop back to back, felt like I couldn't breathe, and was told, oh, it's just anxiety. Did one of the Holter monitors and boom, found out my shit's fucked up. Thousands of dollars spent for no reason. I would see a cardiologist, despite having CRPS. Can you be more specific about what exactly your request is? There is a book by Groupman called How Doctors Think that perhaps you might find interesting. I am sorry that this happened. Can I request that you include descriptions for your acronyms in future? We are not all familiar with your medical terms. It will help those of us who cares, but not enough to make us want to Google what is POTS and CRPS. Yep. Unfortunately, this is a common thing. I had a problem with my hip when I was 20 years old. I went to 4 different doctors and they all dismissed my concerns. Finally, my friend suggested I go to a physical therapist PT. The PT figured it out and I was able to fix the problem. What are your 4 other issues? I recently heard someone suggest saying, I would like you to note in my records that you are dismissing my symptoms and that you don't feel it's necessary to look into why I'm experiencing these symptoms. Get a new doctor. Hi, I'm a medical student and I've seen so many doctors like this. The best advice is to basically kick and scream. It sucks and you shouldn't have to, and I will advocate for everyone I can, but you need to be an arsehole sometimes. Don't be afraid to tell them when they're wrong. And when they don't listen, which is annoyingly often, make sure you ask them to document everything and find the next person up. Find your local hospital's patient advice service and just kick up as much of a fuss as you can. Send them all a polite but pointed letter so they know what they missed. If they actually care, it'll help them not do that to the next patient. Otherwise, they will never know they screwed up and will continue to think they aren't making mistakes. You can always tell your doctor to make a note in your chart that they refuse to check something. Further, complain to every motherfucker at the practice you went to. If you went to a hospital, reach out to the patient experience person. If you get desperate, speak with a lawyer and have them come to some meetings at the place. I would suggest bringing a level-headed friend to all future apps as well that can keep notes and track of what doctors say. Be a witness. Unfortunately, with the system so fucked and strained, you often really have to fight to get shit checked. It sucks. It shouldn't be that way. But it is. Okay, but why is this posted on LPT Request? What LPT are you requesting? It's disgusting how many doctors do this shit. I understand people faking exist, but doctors act like every single person walking in is a liar, and it pisses me off. Based on your username, I'm assuming you are female presenting. You may find you get taken more seriously if you bring a man with you. It sucks, but it's true. Cases like this are why AI in the medical field will be so helpful. Screw doctors' egos, attention spans, and prejudices. Eventually they will not be a part of the diagnosis process. Find a new doctor out of the hundreds in your area. Yeah, fuck doctors. You have to follow your heart and trust your gut. They will literally just let you die and say, oops, sorry. I nearly died last year in my town. They literally told my wife to say her goodbyes. I go into coma, get flown to Seattle, and they saved me. The doctors here were shit for my problems. Now I know more than a lot of the doctors here about my illness. Doctors don't talk to insurance. They don't talk to pharmacy. They don't to other doctors. You are supposed to be the know-it-all professional for some reason, while they all sit on their ass and do nothing. Honestly, find a new doctor and a PT that can treat your CRPS and POTS. If you're comfortable sharing your location, I can help you find a neuro PT and they can direct us to a neurologist cardiologist near you. I'm a PT that treats both of these disorders and the lack of understanding by non-specialist MDs and PTs causes me headaches almost daily. It's a long road, but it absolutely can get better. Sparrow Clinic in Arkansas. My son has CRPS. I'm sorry you're going through that. I've had AA and not listen to me, and I winded up finding out I have Ig deficiency. I'm still going through stuff. I feel pain and it makes me angry too. You're a woman, aren't you? Not sure this work in your region or not. In my region, get close to someone with a doctor in the family. Then casually name drop the doctor name. Even better if you can get that doctor to accompany you. Not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure you can sue for that, since they dismissed you and later it was proven that you actually did have issues. That will teach them to listen to their patients. I'm not saying you'll get a lot of money, but what about a medical malpractice claim? Or multiple?